Okay, I had to stop because Caleb came up here. I don't know why. Maybe he wants to know what I'm talking about. Who knows? Probably hold on. I got something. Okay, so I don't know. He came up here for no reason. Basically, I had to take out the trash. I don't know. That's really the reason. But regardless, I had to stop. So basically, I went to Carthage. And let me think. What was I saying? Oh, I went there to talk to Eddie because I had not crossed that bridge, and I did. You know what I'm saying? And let me think. Okay, so ironically, I stumbled upon him. I didn't think I was gonna find him. I was looking for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who could give me some kind of clue. Because I saw, wow, we went to the office first, and then we went to the. I saw, well, we were leaving. I saw Micah's car, and so we circled back. And I went to what I thought was his mom's house, and it turned out to be his. Came to the door, and I was like, oh, okay, just the person actually even better. I was like, let me think. He said he didn't have Micah's number. I'm sure that he does. But regardless, but that don't lie, that would be weird if he really doesn't have her number. And he gave me his mom's number. I called his mom. No, fuck no, you can't have her number. I was like, okay, well, I'll get it from someone else. Thank you. Bye. She didn't like that, but I don't care. You better not come in here again. Okay, regardless. Okay, what was I saying? Hmm. What was I saying? I cannot fucking think. Oh, in the building, like right next to, like right, there was this big warehouse building on it, and it has acronym C.A.R.R. And I was like, that's not a sign, right? You know, sign on the side of a building. So, but you know what I'm learning though is that a lot of times people who are like homeless, et cetera, these social problems, like they have bad morals. A lot of times they do. Others not like it's not like they had, they actually were drug dealers previously, et cetera, et cetera. They weren't. No, but you know what I'm saying. So like I understand maybe why people don't believe me. That okay, I was a stripper, but I don't. But I was almost before I was a stripper, and it's important to point out. 'Cause I don't know. I want to know like. There's something that I'm telling you that the more I'm around this family, the more there's something up. I knew that was even and I don't know, whenever the fact that, I've known her for what? You know what I mean? The fact that she would come to stay in a shelter just because, you know what I mean? That she was available to come stay in a shelter just because she's Michael's ex-girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? Becca and, Teddy and all of his bitches are fucking him. You know what I mean? And what I wanna know is, like, Tammy's such a holy Joe and shit, and, if nothing else, at the very least, she kept the lid on it. You know what I mean? Makes me really question her devotion to her religion. But regardless of God, because she did the same thing everybody else did, and I'm honestly yet to find an exception. Somebody who just bring me into light, tell me the fucking truth. 'Cause I cannot believe how many liars there are, and people just they won't like literally. I've been alive. I was waiting 30 years. Not one person has been forthcoming with me in my life. Okay, so basically, what am I thinking? I'm so tired. Uh, yeah, I'm pissed. But let me think. I don't know if I'm gonna try to sleep. I've CrossFit's at 5 a.m., but actually I have something else I have to do at that time, so I might not be going this morning. Regardless, oh, so I was talking about how like there's like so that's what I was talking about. I picked up where I left off and I didn't even realize it. Just about he has so many ex-girlfriends and now most of them never he doesn't even talk about them ever. Weird, right? Like for example, I'm pretty sure remember he like, oh, I've never been married, and it makes girls fucking crazy. Like we all just want to marry him just because we think he's never been married. And then he was talking about that netted steak and shake when I came back from it was October. It was October 31st, but then it was past midnight when I met him, so it was actually November 1st. And he said to me, what did he say? Oh, I don't want to buy a ring and pay for a wedding and all that. Like, oh wow, that sounds way too like you must have done that probably more than once. It sounds like you're so familiar with the process. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you lying piece of shit. But regardless, the other thing that I realized was, but the weird thing is, oh, who else got an honorable mention is Barbara Sagaro. And I was gonna contact her, and I still might. Don't get me wrong, I still might. But he said he knew her before 2002. So he's known this broad for like over 20 years. Right? So I still think I saw him at the airport, but I want to know because I started flying when I was like 14. I used to go up north all the time, and she's from Michigan. So which tells me, which is an indication to me that and I don't know, I probably flew to Traverse City. So I want to know, when did he meet her? But regardless, I'm trying to think. I gotta go to the bathroom really bad. What am I doing? I keep losing my train of thought. Mhm. I can't think. Starving. I absolutely am brain dead. Brain death. Absolute brain death. Okay, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. Another weird. There's a lot going on. I guess just today was maybe good. I needed to know that I'm not the only one trying to solve this mystery, and that made me feel better. It's kind of like the external evidence. And my sister, I don't know what she thought it meant. Like, I don't know. She talked about internal versus external evidence, but then I don't know. I don't know whenever she's trying to lie to me, or when she's trying to mislead me, or when she's trying to tell me the truth. I don't trust her. But she said something about external evidence, like, and versus internal. And she said she was trying to say that you should listen to your internal evidence. And I'm like, I don't know if you're saying that wrong on purpose, but and she's like, and I was like, the Bible says, fear God, not men. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. But it also says that you are not your best advisor, or something like a critic or something like that. And that's what I meant by you need to rely on external evidence. And I never know if she's being deceitful, if she knows what she's doing or she really doesn't know. See, I don't know. And so I just, like I said to her, I was like, no, I mean, and I have some external, and I have more external validation than I'm used to. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to being 100% in the dark, and all I have are suspicions. Intuition, uh, spirit guidance, etc. You know what I mean? That type of shit. So I'm still trying to figure out what the hell happened. I still think that they bought my property out from under me. Uh, and then I just I don't know. I'm thinking about telling in the morning. I'm gonna tell my sister. I'm like, look, I know that you come to town and you don't tell me. You know what I mean? I know that I was in Little Rock and you would come to visit, and more than once, and you didn't call me. You know what I mean? And then she was talking about I have trust issues and I'm suspicious, and she does do the shit I do, and I'm like, okay, I don't know if you're trying to get me off your trail because you think I'm never gonna find out, or if you're telling me the truth and they're just telling me your sister did this, your sister that, because it's actually in her spirit, she's doing this shit. Because even back whenever they kept saying, it's my family, it's my family, it's my family, I was like, in the spirit or in the flesh? And then I remember Ray had told me that they had been to Little Rock multiple times since the construction of the house on 430 started, and it started when I moved there. So I know that they were down. I know that they didn't call me. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like, and I'm pretty in Mark. I mean, Marco's unaccounted for, like, the 14 hours a day. So I'm just like, okay, so obviously Michael has had a girlfriend in Carthage back whenever we were allegedly together. But basically, what I realized is that, like, nobody knows me. So I think that I just thought I was a big deal to him. But I mean, he came to my house. I know we didn't last very long, but I mean, he was at my house like like clockwork for like the first, from like, I guess it was just for the first like 2 months, 2, 3 months. You know what I'm saying? And then As soon as he started messing with a skateboard chick, that's when he put the gas in his diesel truck. That's when he fucked up his car. And he was trying to blame me, and it was actually the skateboard chick that he was so eager to go see. So, pissed me off. Men are such devious liars. But, and then, like, he said, you know what else he told me? He started messing with November last or the girl across the street. He told me it was the weekend that he and Marcus and I showed up at his house. But it was actually, he told me, was it yesterday that, he started messing with her last winter. So, you never know what the truth is. And I was like, November, December. And he's like, I don't remember. I was like, good then. I was like, well, it's fucking important because I keep everything on a timeline. So I need to anyway. I have to, anyway, I don't know what to do. Like, I have a mild anxiety, just because I want to know what's going on. I need to find out who's that Dodge Charger, that white Dodge Charger the Arkansas plates belongs to. So I'm going to, anyway. And I'm like, I need to find out what you know and see if I can, maybe we're trying to solve the same mystery. Yeah, no. So, but, because I know that he had that one pigeon-toed girlfriend in, Little Rock, and obviously he never lets a bitch go, and I know they're still in communication, and I don't know why he's not mentioning her. And remember I told you, like, Michael's messing with, Caleb's ex, Abby? And I'm like, "Okay, so you blame that one pretty boy for their breakup, but I wanna know, was he messing with her when they were together, and how did he meet her exactly?" Apparently, I just have a lot of questions, and how does he get around to all these bitches? I know that he does. I know that he's capable. I mean, I have an inkling of what he's capable of, and I know that his sexual appetite is huge. And I mean, I know, like, just like last night when I was talking to him, he was fucking one bitch, and he was going to another bitch. He just goes door to door and fucks bitches, and I'm like, because I heard it giggling, and then he went to the next one, and basically though. I think that women who buy drugs, like, they could buy drugs from anybody, but if you give them good dick, then they'll buy drugs from you. And I think that's why it's a package deal. What am I trying to think? Oh, but, like, if you have good dick, then it one-ups your competition. Because if they don't have good dick and they're all fucking, you pick the one with the good dick to buy the drugs from. And I think it's how you stay ahead in a saturated market. Um Regardless, I don't know, he acts like he doesn't have money, but I wonder if he has money like my sister in an offshore account or something like that. Because I'm like, Okay, you're doing all this shit with all these people. Are you just doing it just to do it? And you're not making any money? Are you faking like you don't have any money? You want people to think you want anybody to know how much fucking money you have made? Because I know Kurt's making money off these specific ventures, and I've been getting signs all along that you have something to do with Kurt, my sister, and then you told me with your mouth that you got something to do with my dad. So, my God. And then he also mentioned some people here in Joplin who are involved too, and I will find out. Don't think that I won't. But I need to get off here. Bye. Bye, bye, bye.